In today's video, I'm going to be going over my pros and cons on the brand new Google Pixel 10. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the brand new Google Pixel 10 in the house right here, and I've been playing around with this device for a couple weeks now, so I think it's finally time to give you guys the things I like about this device, and of course some of the things I do not like about this device. But first and foremost, huge shout out to Google for actually gifting me this device for review. Let's get into these pros and cons. Starting off positively, of course, we're going to get into the first pro, and that is going to be the amazing build quality of this device. I feel like all around, this is one of the sexiest devices that you can get in any sort of phone lineup. Very, very solid build on this. We, of course, have a glass back, we have aluminum sides, and we have this rounded chassis around the phone. The other thing is we have this camera module that looks much different from anything else that's out there right now. As you guys know, Samsung and Apple tend to look very, very similar with their lineup of devices, and it's just nice to see in 2025 Google not try to follow any sort of trend, but they have their own style and they have their own elegance with this phone. I think this is the sexiest phone out there currently, and it's nice because it's a lot different from anything else you can see as well. So first pro is amazing build quality, great form factor, and a great looking phone in general. Second pro is going to, of course, be the cameras on this device. As you guys know, we have a triple camera setup on the back right here. Our main camera is going to be a 48 megapixel wide angle camera. Our secondary is going to be a 10.8 megapixel telephoto, and our third is going to be a 13 megapixel ultra wide. Very, very solid camera overall. As you guys know, Google does very, very well with their cameras, and it is no different on the Pixel 10 right here. So it continues a tradition of providing high quality cameras with natural color tones, sharp, colorful, and vibrant photos. And also the video is very, very nice as well. I think the one downfall about the video is sometimes you can get that juddering when you're panning too quickly. Amazing cameras overall. Next pro is going to have to be the Qi 2 charging upgrade. As you guys know, we did get a charging upgrade for our hardware inside this device, so finally, we have magnetic wireless charging, allowing for easy attachment and use with various accessories. So if you want some MagSafe accessories for your Pixel 10, that is finally here. Also, I think Google sells a magnetic wireless charger as well, which is great to see. But yeah, love to see it. Great new charging feature on here. A lot of people were asking for that. Next pro is going to be quite an obvious pro, and you're staring at it right now. The big, beautiful display on this. And I don't know who picked the wallpapers this year, but this wallpaper looks really, really good. I've been holding the same wallpaper that it came out with stock out of the box. But obviously, OLED display, high refresh rate, 120 hertz refresh rate, amazing brightness on this display. We have a 3000 nit peak brightness on here, so if you guys are bringing this out in direct sunlight, you're still going to be able to see the screen just fine. So overall, solid experience when watching TV shows, movies, scrolling through social media, and the colors and everything on this have been very bright, very vibrant. Absolutely in love with this display. And last but not least has to be that we of course have Android 16 out of the box, and as you guys know, Google did create Android, so we are going to have software priority over every other device out there. And if you guys did not know, 7 major operating system updates on this. So we're going to be going out of the box with Android 16, and some of you may have this device all the way until Android 23. So amazing software policy on the Google Pixel 10, especially if you guys are going to be holding onto this device for a long period of time. Very nice to see this software update policy. I think it's the longest software update policy in the game right now. So amazing stuff right there. And of course, we're finally going to get into the dreaded cons about the Pixel 10. The first one is going to be that there is no SD card slot in this phone. So we cannot expand storage via micro SD card. Kind of sucks. Not the end of the world. Obviously, most flagships and mid-range devices out there do not support SD card expansion in 2025. It's not a thing that's very, very common anymore, but just sucks to see that it does not have that in here. Also, the storage only goes up to 256 gigabytes of internal storage. So if you wanted to buy a model over that, they do not have 512 or 1 terabyte. So if you are a storage king or a storage queen or a storage whatever, you may want want to get a device that has a little bit more storage. Overall, though, I think 256 gigs, and even for me, 128 gigabytes of internal storage is solid enough for me, especially when you factor in like Google Cloud and all that type of stuff. There's so many different cloud services out there that you can save photos and videos to. So it's just all about adapting at this point in 2025. And the last con is going to be this is eSIM compatible only, especially for the people in the US. This phone's only going to work with eSIM. Now, this is not a big deal to me. I just thought I had to state this because there are so many people out there that are pissed off that there's only eSIM inside this device. And honestly, I don't think it's a big deal, especially if you're not a tech creator or someone that's constantly switching over their SIM card to a different phone. If you guys are, thinking about holding onto your phone for a long while, which is probably 99% of you, then this is not going to be a con at all to you. It's kind of silly. Google did actually do eSIM only so they can put the most premium connectivity inside this phone, and also so it can have a bigger battery. So there are some things that we gained from putting eSIM only inside this device, and that's probably going to be a thing that they're going to be doing stepping forward, which I absolutely do not blame them for. But yeah, guys, those were my pros and cons on the Google Pixel 10. If you guys have your own pros and cons, leave them in the comments section down below. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.